A live, in-person version of this talk was presented at the monthly meeting of the Washington, D.C. Star Wars Collecting Club on January 11th, 2025. This is the fourth in a series of talks to help you prepare for Celebration Japan 2025. In part 1, we talked about why you should go to Japan and went over basics like budgeting and starting to plan your trip. In part 2, we went over the next phase of planning and talked in detail about hotels and other lodging options. In part 3, we had you finalize your travel plans and lock in your flights and hotels. Today, in part 4 of the series, your trip is about 3 months from now. Most of the big picture things should be done and out of the way so we can start focusing on the finer details that will make your trip smooth and successful. But first, how did you do on your homework from last time? Have you booked your plane tickets and purchased travel insurance? Do you have lodging reservations at all your travel hubs? Did you learn anything interesting from videos or websites that you studied? Martin's advice? Review your arrival and departure dates and your check-in and check-out dates for all your hotels, and make sure you have lodging for every night of your trip. Make sure no nights are left out by mistake. What's the weather going to be like in April? Well, geographically, the latitude of Japan is roughly equivalent to the extent from Maine down to North Carolina, and the climate is pretty similar. Plus, the island of Okinawa is kind of like Miami. Whether you believe in global warming or not, it sure seems like Japan is being hit by it. Recent summers have been much hotter than average, with record highs being recorded all the way through the end of September. For April, historical averages say 60s during the day and 50s at night, but you should prepare for the possibility of it hitting 80 during the day and mid-40s overnight. You need to have a plan for how you're going to get your cell phone and other devices online. The easiest solution is to use your carrier's international data plan, but that can get expensive the more days you're in Japan. You can also opt for a SIM card or a virtual SIM card, which is called an eSIM. They can be cheaper, but some are hard to use. It will depend partly on your personal needs, but in my opinion, the best solution is renting a personal Wi-Fi hotspot device, which is called Pocket Wi-Fi in Japan. You can share one device with your traveling companions, use it for your laptop and all your devices anywhere you go. There are many companies that offer this. The best providers let you pick it up at the airport when you arrive and toss it in any mailbox before you leave. And they'll come with a rechargeable power bank at no extra charge. There are several options for getting online, so do your research. Let me know which one you choose in the comments below. Japanese electricity is slightly weaker than what we have in the US, 100 volts versus 120. 99% of your devices will work fine with no converter needed. Sorry guys, your hairdryer will not work in Japan. But I have two very important buts. In general, there are no three-prong outlets in Japan. They're very rare. And I've found that not all outlets are polarized, especially if you're staying in an older house, Airbnb. The two-prong plugs where one blade is wider than the other will not fit in the old outlets. My rule of thumb is to prepare as if there's going to be only one two-prong outlet in your hotel room. In most public places in Japan and in private homes, air conditioning is very weak by American standards. This is just a word of warning. There's nothing you can do about it, and nothing else I can say really. Just want you to be aware. In a previous video, I mentioned that laundry services are easy to find in Japan and encouraged you to utilize them if you're going to be there long enough. I have a small word of warning regarding dryers in Japan. Well, maybe two words. First, if you're in an older house or Airbnb, there might not be a dryer at all, and you'll be expected to hang your clothes on lines or hangers to dry, maybe even outside on the porch. And secondly, Japan has these combo devices that combine the washer and dryer into one machine, and a lot of times the dryer portion of those combos are really weak, and they typically won't get your clothes dry all the way. So in either case, be prepared to have to hang up your clothes to dry. Martin's advice: scrounge the basement and dump out those kitchen drawers. Find the old three-prong adapters. Here's a topic of debate among YouTubers and travel gurus: perfume and deodorant. My take is, number one, it is true that Japanese people can take the heat better and sweat less than Americans. And number two, more importantly, Japanese people do not appreciate the use of scents to enhance or cover heat-induced body odor. So my bottom line advice is to avoid perfume and smelly deodorants. Keep it simple. Invest in some unscented deodorant for this trip. On a slightly more important topic, it is likely that you will, at some point, visit a bathroom in Japan that has no hand towels and no air dryers. Therefore, be prepared and carry a handkerchief or a small hand towel wherever you go. It's possible that you'll visit a building where you are required to remove your shoes, such as an old castle or a friend's house or an inner temple building. Therefore, be prepared and wear clean socks every day. It is a law in Japan that you must carry your passport with you every day, everywhere you go. Therefore, keep it safe and secure in some kind of fanny pack or crossbody pouch. Martin's advice: dare to wear a fanny pack. As a tourist, we are going to stick out like a sore thumb anyway, so let's go all out. But seriously, it's so convenient to be able to store and carry all your stuff every day, like your pocket Wi-Fi device, your passport. You can put your wallet in there, coins, handkerchiefs, hand towels, chapstick, cell phone, tissues. All your stuff can go in your pack. 3 months in advance is pretty early to be actually preparing for travel, but there are two specific things I recommend. Number one, Japan has clear rules and regulations on bringing medicine and drugs into the country, and they're pretty strict about enforcement, so just say no to drugs. Marijuana is a definite no-no, and even some over-the-counter items are banned or controlled. Cross-reference your prescriptions against the official guidance and be prepared to either live without them while you're gone or take a small quantity along with a paper copy of your prescription or whatever is appropriate and legal. I will put a link to the Japanese government's website regarding tourist medications in the description below. Number 2. Some people say you can just wait and get Japanese cash money after you arrive there. It is pretty easy and ATMs are everywhere, but you're going to be tired and excited and jet lagged all at the same time, and who wants to worry about that when it's time to have fun? I recommend getting a critical mass of yen from your bank now so that you can relax about cash. The exchange rate is still excellent, so there's no real downside in my opinion. The reason for the season, here's your celebration info. Actually, I thought I saw an announcement that all adult tickets were sold out, but Friday and Sunday still show as available on the website. For you autograph hunters and paparazzi, some celebrity guests have already been confirmed for being there, including Cassian Andor, Galen Erso, K2SO, Cartoon Mall, the father and son duo, Jango Fett and Boba Fett, Jason Mendoza, and of course Anthony Daniels, and my cousin Ashley Eckstein. The show hours are Friday and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's 25 hours of official fun, not to mention after-hour events. Yes, there will be room sales at the hotel one way or another. The con within a con that we call the collecting track will be in full swing with 14 presentations and 14 unique giveaways to chase. All talks will be in both Japanese and English, so everyone can fully benefit. Current plans also include a welcome social event on Friday morning and a swap meet on Saturday. What should you be doing now, 3 months before your trip? As I mentioned earlier, research connectivity options for your cell phone and other devices. Go over the list of attractions and locations you're going to be visiting and figure out which ones require advanced ticket purchase. Note them down so you don't miss the boat. Get on some kind of exercise regimen to increase your stamina for walking. Depending on the condition of your shoes you have now, consider buying a new pair and start breaking them in. I just did that a couple weeks ago. Create a shopping list of what you're going to need and go ahead, start buying stuff. 3 months might be too far in advance to worry about some of this, but I might not have time for another presentation before April. So here's your shopping list. This is kind of like the TLDR for today's presentation, so pay attention. You're going to need orange adapters so you can plug your 3-prong device into a 2-prong outlet, and then you're going to need the multiple outlet things so you can put more than one 3-prong plugs into the one 2-prong outlet. Power bank, rechargeable, portable chargers, whatever you call those things. When you're gonna be out all day, your cell phone's gonna run dry. You need to recharge it. Unscented deodorant, handkerchiefs or small hand towels, shoes, maybe new shoes, some new socks, fanny pack or cross-body pouch, whatever those are called. What else do you have on your shopping list for Japan? Let us know in the comments below. Your homework is your shopping list. This might be my last video in the series, but you should subscribe to be notified just in case I do make another one. Also, join the Facebook group for further information and advice. You can find the link in the description below. Do you have any questions? Feel free to ask in the comments below, or better, in the Facebook group. There's more people there. Thanks for watching.